that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who would have thought they'd lead ya? Who would have thought they'd lead ya? Yeah, where we lead ya? Yeah, where we lead ya? Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man?
Welcome to Bro Taste This.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another exciting episode of VYV, brought to you by the Bro Tasters Boys. Joining me today is back in 100% condition, the Juan and only Juan Legend.
Thank you, boys. Thank you for keeping it warm for me.
God, it's so good to hear that sultry voice again. And with me again, himself, the Big Tech Daddy, the Fred Durst of podcasting, Luis Pablo.
He's walking there.
Hey, I'm walking here.
He'll rip your ass raw with a chainsaw. That's a Limp Bizkit reference. And you know that voice. It's your lovely host, the Golden. Did I say that right? Fuck, I fucked that up.
No, you had that.
Hey, we're gonna cut that out.
Restart it.
God damn it.
No one heard you. No one heard you.
No one heard me.
No one heard
No one
heard
heard
me.
me. This is my voice cracks.
you. Try again.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another.
No. Just your name. You don't have to restart.
And me, this is.
And your trusty host who knows the most. It is I, Phill Golden Corral. Hey, welcome, folks. God, that is so excruciating. Especially when you're a glass of wine in, you're like, ugh. But I think I'm cotton mouth. I think that's the issue here, folks. Welcome. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Episode 50.
The big 5-0?
The big 50th birthday.
Dude,
It feels good.
510s.
Woo.
This has been almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost the whole year since we started.
Yeah, we're only like, what, a month and a half away from that? Or a month?
2 weeks. Because
2
we
weeks?
started on... No. I think a month. The way it was set up.
Was
Because
it-
I think we started like
Like
a week after
3
Labor
weeks
Day.
into September? No?
No, it was in August.
Oh, it was still in August?
It was still in August, yeah.
Yeah, when did Phill come on?
I came in around November.
See, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was the fall.
Well, 12 weeks. I was in 12.
Yeah, but it wasn't like early September.
Well, we can all agree on that we're about a half a baker's
Yeah.
dozen in.
Can
For
we say
podcasting.
cheers to that, boys? Can we celebrate to that?
Cheers.
Do a half baker's
Cheers
dozen.
to life and cheers to friendship, brotherhood,
Cheers.
camaraderie.
I'd ease on the brotherhood part because of the whole white supremacy rise and all.
No,
We'll cut it.
now we're leaning into it.
We're gonna exactly.
Now we're 50 episodes in. We're leaning in, folks.
Yeah, we're leaning in. Did you guys get that like a cult?
Speaking of leaning in,
Shit, I
on the
sent
top
you
of the
guys.
hour, we're going to be talking about news. We're going to talk about Joe Biden and the inflation. Where did it go? Who knows? But students won't know. And to finish it off, we're going to talk about the future of the podcast, a little bit of our trauma, a little bit of our childhood, and a little bit of our personalities to see what makes us tick. Thank you. All right, Juan, back to what you were saying. Sorry.
I don't. What,
I'm very OCD about the way that this show functions. See, I'm kind of like a Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, I really do appreciate you taking that step up
Thank you.
and really hitting the notes on the podcast.
Thank you.
It feels good that you value and you cherish it so much, like a baby.
It's a privilege. And babies are currency now. They're like going to... Actually, it's the opposite. I forgot. They made abortion illegal. Damn. Babies are going to be worthless very soon. There's going to be too many babies.
There's gonna be an oversupply.
An oversupply of
It's
babies.
the opposite.
It's a market, bro.
It's the birth rate has.
Did you
never
never
been
take
lower.
economics? What's up, man?
Supply and demand.
The fucking birth rate has never been lower.
Oh, you know what? That is true because like scientists are saying that population might decrease in 100 years to dramatic amount. Japan's already experiencing issues with fertility rates. There are too many people getting old, not enough young people
Having babies.
And recently, Japan are having issues with the alcohol. Funny enough. Hey, folks.
Cheers.
Welcome back. Speaking of the 50th episode, we're going back to wine. But before we get there, we're going to talk about the Japanese whining about their alcohol taxes.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Have you
Why
guys
are
seen
they
that?
whining? No, I've not seen.
Why are they whining?
The Prime Minister of Japan or whatever put out a statement that they're going to make.
Is that Abel?
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Say his name. But no, I don't know what the Prime Minister's name is, the one that took over now. But they're having to incentivize young people to drink because there's a low amount of people drinking in Japan, so it affects the alcohol tax. So they're not seeing any revenue from the alcohol tax. They're like, shit, people are drinking less and less. So how do we incentivize?
And that's a problem.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
I
though.
would figure you'd want your population drinking less and less.
Dude, if anything, we should know. We in Wisconsin should know that. The
I was-
fucking Tavern League does the exact same thing.
I was about to say,
But
as
the- yeah.
Wisconsinites, we lead the fucking race for
DUIs.
the most DUIs, the
What's
most
up? Wisconsin represent.
bars per capita. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Go Wisco.
Yeah.
That's Wisco right there.
Good for us.
Yeah, good for us.
Good for us.
Do you guys think there's a third world war on the horizon?
With all
It
the
fe-
tensions
it-
across seas.
It feels like we're setting up for it. You know what I mean? Like,
It feels like it would be over Taiwan.
birth rate is low. We have, some fucking inflation going on. And also the fact that it just feels perfectly set up with, like, Top Gun just came out. You're like,
I mean, if you also look at it that way, though.
Like what happened the last time the last Top Gun came out? A war. Clearly.
exactly.
It's an omen.
But look at the Office, like sitcom stars that are like beloved, TV stars.
Yeah, fuck
From-
Jim.
From Jim Halpert
Holding it.
to Star Lord. What's his
Yeah.
name? Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah.
They're lovable goofballs. They're like, best friend, and
Ahoy! Oh,
Yeah, exactly. And now-
CIA agent
and-
overthrowing a sovereign government.
exactly. Now they're all both
Fucking
leading
morons.
shows for like blacklisted CIA agents, or like,
There seems to be a lot of American military propaganda going on right now. And
Exactly.
also, our economy is low, and when does it boom the most, and when are children born the most? After a war.
baby boomers.
Baby boomers, and the economy is going to spike. All I'm worried about is how I'm going to avoid the draft. Because my tummy hurts after I drink milk, and I hope my military leader, my lieutenant, is able to understand.
Bro, honestly, like, as long as the war doesn't happen in the next 3 years, we're probably good. Like,
Why
we're going to
the-
be over 30.
You can't get drafted if you're over 30?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Hey,
I don't think so.
Do they want the oldies?
The rules of
don't
war
they just take like
changes.
the young bloods first? I would have thought.
Bro, this ain't Mulan. Bro, they're gonna take every able-bodied person. I'm telling you, man.
Okay, first of all,
But
like it's most likely not gonna hit the shores of the U.S. Like it's most likely not.
not directly, but we're gonna be affected by the food shortages. Ukraine is suffering a grain loss right now due to the war, and most of England or most of Europe gets their grain from fucking Ukraine. They get the grain from the Ukraine. I like that, folks. We're firing all day. And before we get to World War III, let's take a moment and enjoy today's lovely refreshment.
Dude, can we-
What's that noise? Oh, yeah. Don't drag it across the table.
My bad for the audio viewers, but for the video
tell the
viewers,
people what we're drinking, Phil.
we're drinking some of the Bogle Vineyards. This is a 2020 wine winery.
I'm pretty sure it's Boggle and Vineyard.
Whoa,
Vineyards.
Vineyard, the winery of the year, Bogle Vineyards. I believe this is an old wine Zinfandel. Let me pour some out for my homies. By that, I mean former Prime Minister Shizo Abe.
Thank you.
Just gonna hold on.
So this
to
wine
it.
is pretty heavy, pretty acidic.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's a little dry.
It's very acidic.
Honestly, it's a really good wine for after
Spicy.
work.
It's a little spicy.
After a good 8 hour, 12-hour shift.
It's very acidic. It washes everything off of your mouth.
God
It takes
damn.
all of the spit with it. Like it leaves your mouth bone dry.
All that bad taste she just got done from her 8-hour shift at work, and you just drink
It's
it.
almost like a really tart cranberry juice. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have this with a pork.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Some barbecue.
I think some steak would just be overpowered by this.
Would you have this on a boat?
Maybe no, because you'd be hot as shit out there.
I would have this with some pulled pork sandwiches, something fatty, something sweet.
Yeah, you need
where you
something-
need to like wash the flavors
Yeah.
away like on a regular basis.
Pork chops. Yeah, that'd be a good fatty to go with the dryness
Like
of the
ribs, pork, like
Yeah.
pulled pork sandwich. You know.
Yeah, we're celebrating, so we wanted to bust out something heavy.
wine. Yep.
Speaking of ribs and barbecue, boys, I just came back from Lexington, Kentucky.
Just came
Yeah.
back from your honeymoon.
It was like a little mini honeymoon thing.
Tell
we
us
did,
about
yeah.
it. What,
A little splurge.
what motivated
Honeymoon
you to
splurge?
go there?
Well, we wanted to hit up like something that was similar to Tennessee because we had such a good time in Tennessee. 2 years ago when we visited the Smoky Mountains. So we wanted to visit something similar that was like similar in culture, food. Really those two things, similar in music and food culture. So I asked around at work and I spoke to somebody who was pretty well traveled. Uriah, who was actually on the podcast.
Contact High.
Yeah, from
Episode,
Contact High.
21.
Yeah, and he
Okay,
recommended
Contact
he recommended Lexington, Kentucky.
It
And
just seems very specific. Like you guys clearly had a plan to go there.
we did, like, cause like after he made that recommendation, he told me like he's like I know you're a foodie and like you're into cocktails and like this specific city is like does those two things amazingly well. And like he like undersold it, like they did it better than like he says, like dive bars would make like old fashions and Manhattans the proper way and stir them and shit, and like you'd get them for like $5, you know, like
An old fashioned?
yeah, an old fashioned or a Manhattan, and like
damn.
they're like 2 ounces whiskey, some bitters, and a splash of sugar, you know, like, and that was their old fashioned, and they made it
For
for you.
$5?
Yeah.
Damn.
And, like meanwhile over here, like if you get a cocktail like that, it's like $13-14.
I mean, it can be a little pricier up here, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm paying like almost $8 for 4 sticks of butter.
And not only that, we specifically.
What?
For 4 sticks of butter.
What kind of fucking butter are you getting?
Wait, you're not getting
Great
grass
value.
fed?
Like ostrich milk or
I'm
something?
getting
dude?
great value butter.
What the fuck? You
I got to give a shout out to
over
one
here.
other thing, boys.
What's
Down there in Lexington, while we were down there, we ran into like the dopest fucking concept for a coffee bar ever. It was just this cafe where, you know, you would get espressos, lattes, you know, your chai, whatever, in the morning. And then right around noon, they shifted to alcoholic coffee beverages. So, like, you could get an oat milk with Kahlua and this and that. And they had an incredible cocktail list. Like, I remember I had some, like, iced coffee that had chocolate and coffee liqueurs in there, and it was just fucking like phenomenal, right? And we literally visited this coffee shop at least 4 times in 2 days. Like that's how much we enjoyed it.
Damn.
Like I highly recommend it to anybody who's like looking for just like that kind of environment, like a foodie like drink culture environment.
But you would think in a
Sounds like a
state
heavy
like
drink culture.
yeah,
Yeah, very much so. And like that, like we were just there for a weekend, so like that's what we were doing.
but you would think for a state like Kentucky that would be, I guess, less common, just because it's like, I
You want to know something?
yeah.
After we would pick up our like alcoholic cold brew from this place,
Mm-hmm.
we would go on a walk with those cold brews around Lexington. Like they asked you if this was to go or for here.
The Kahlua?
Yeah. So
This
like
isn't want you to get drunk?
you could walk around with your alcoholic beverages and they would serve them on the street.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
they served them to us like on the street on Thursday when we got
Yeah.
there. They had like this little blues concert in like the plaza, and they had like at least 6 tents of Tito's, Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, and all pushing their cocktails. and we would go around there, and I mean,
Just a crazy nightlife. It's
Yeah,
out-
you could, and dude, this was like
It sounds like a
6 p.m.
a mini NOLA, like a mini New
Yeah,
Orleans.
yeah, it's like a mini Nashville. You know, like it's kind of just got that like southern nightlife thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Loki, the South is like, dude, it's like mini Mexico, bro. In my opinion, like,
Mini Mexico.
dude, like they just have like a little bit more of that like family and nightlife culture. You know, like up here,
also
if you get
warmer.
invited to like a wedding with like your white homie, you know you're gonna be home by like 9, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
You'll be home by 9:30.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
And it's 9:30 because you stopped by to get McDonald's on the way
yeah,
home.
and like meanwhile, like just down there, dude, like 9 is barely when people are coming out. You know, like.
That's kind of nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I love like an active fucking city.
And like the
active
food
nightlife.
culture is like has a little bit more of its own identity. Like, what's our food culture up here in the north? you
Food
know?
trucks.
In the Midwest.
Not really. Not food trucks.
Cheese curds and brats.
Yeah, I'd say that. I would even say like on our food culture up here, we don't take advantage of how much red meat is available to us. Like you would think like
Fair.
the red meat, like oh man, you just like Wisconsin has the best steak because
Yo,
we have the most.
Quick Trip. People trying to save a buck. Get your meat from Quick Trip. It's amazing. Like, the deals are amazing, dude. Like you get a fucking New York strip for like $7, and it's like a pound and a half.
I worked at a gas station for
And
like
you
a year.
trust it?
Dude, Quick Trip has its own
Supplier?
butchers, has its own dairy farms. Like it's a vertical supply
Just straight
chain.
from the farm to
Yeah,
the
like-
gas station cooler.
Yes, and it's there for like 2 days. Like it's very, it's always cycling through. You know.
You were gonna say, Phil?
I used to work at a gas station for like a good year. Over a good road ranger, I was. If anyone knows, it's a truck stop, whatever. But a Quick Trip opened up right across the street, and their promotion for the opening day was like their big selling point was 99 cents for filet mignon. Go in there, you could buy a filet mignon for 99 cents. It's a little piece of steak for 99 cents.
And sometimes it comes wrapped in bacon
yeah,
for $1.
99-cent filet.
grand opening. Come on, get your steak, boys. 99 cents.
God
Dude, Quick Trip
damn.
uses its like protein counter like Walmart uses a rotisserie chicken. You know, it's the hook. They're hoping you buy like 5 other things.
Yeah.
You know, like in my opinion. And
I don't think
I don't need to do that other shit, but let me stock up on these meats, you know? Like,
I have never bought raw meat from Quick Trip.
Nope.
Just because I have the assumption, I'm like, I don't.
I'm sketched out when I buy bread. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, I need bread. I want to make a good grilled cheese with tomato soup. You know?
You're gonna.
And during the pandemic, the only thing that was 24/7 were Quick Trips.
Yeah.
Or a good Woodman's if you can
And you
find
know what?
one.
I appreciate they're always fucking friendly.
Yeah.
There's this Casey's that's down the street from here, from the BTT studio. And there's this lady that works here, and Adriana and I always go for like any random shit we need, like milk or fucking just giving like an energy drink or a quick snack. And she's like, "How are you guys? What's going on?" "Oh, my dog, you know, I just and I've lost so much weight, and I'm just overworked, and it's so busy here." And you're like, "Damn, like you don't get that at like a big store, you know?"
yeah.
She's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"How are
yeah.
you guys? Coffee?" Well, you know, and you're like,
She probably has to do most of it.
"Yeah, she's always in there," and I do feel really bad. But she's so friendly, and it's like you only get that at a small gas station.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the service.
The genuine service, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that not that farm to table, but that like heart to heart customer service. You know, she doesn't know my name. I don't know hers.
Yeah.
But you know her dog. All about her dog.
I know about her dog. I know that she's got a sister who drives to the city. I know that she was really sick a couple weeks ago. It's like, "I'm still getting over this," and you're like, "Oh man."
I'm still fighting this.
Well, anyways, you have a good day now. I'm gonna be on my merry way.
She's going to start drinking colloidal silver to fight her infections.
Dude, I don't know. She's so wild, but she's salt of the earth. You know, bless her heart.
Yeah, hopefully Quick Trip doesn't take over. Quick Trip is taking over everything, though.
I
But-
love it.
You know one thing we didn't see
What?
for Quick Trip wise in Chicago. No,
No,
no Quick Trips in Chicago.
I think Quick Trip is like a really
It's a regional thing.
it's a
Yeah.
Midwest thing.
Yeah.
And we were in Chicago a couple of weeks ago for this guy's bachelor party.
That's
Over
right. That's
here.
a good point. That's
We
a good
haven't really
point, bro.
talked about that, but wow.
We should talk about that.
I saw a rat on the street. Like we were staying in this Airbnb and like we're looking down.
That would be what you start with.
And like doggy, this tail of this rat. It was raining. I was like, what is this rat gonna do? It just scurries into the trash. I'm like, I was waiting for this guy to like make a little boat and get out of there. It's like these rats are smart.
It was gonna make a little paper boat.
You know what's scarier than the rats
Origami the shit
What?
out of a newspaper.
of Chicago? The pigeons, doggy. The
Pigeons don't give a fuck down there, do they?
No, and they're lean. If you ever looked at the pigeons, they're
No.
eating the stuff off the ground. So it's all quinoa, little like fat grain bread.
Of course.
Keto, baby.
Keto pizza crust.
Do they looking? They're like, keep walking, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't got nothing to see here.
They ride the subway. They'll walk up in there like, quit looking.
Dude, they'll hold on to the rail in
And
the
they're
subway.
lean. They're lean pigeons. I've been in New York, right? The pigeons are fat, robust,
Yeah?
big, strutty pigeons, right? They're eating garbage off the ground. But these Chicago pigeons, this metropolitan pigeons, man.
So tell me what you guys thought of the bachelor party and like the weekend overall.
Bro, these pigeons are looking better than me. They had abs to these pigeons, man.
I don't give a shit about these pigeons, Phil.
I love pigeons, folks.
I will say it got off to a bad start because so we were planning on taking the train, which we did, from Harvard down to Chicago, and we were waiting at the meetup point was Juan's house or the train station. So there's about 6 or 8 of us at your house.
That's right, like 6. Yeah.
We're patiently waiting. We call Phill. Hey, Phill, we got to leave the house now because we're not going to make the train. And you're like, all right, I'm on my way. I'll just meet you guys at the train station. And we're like, all right, bet. So we get to the train station. We get off. We park. The train is already there. It's going to depart in like 5 minutes. So we all start getting on the train. And you're like, hey, man, like, where do I park? You call me. We're on the train. We start walking towards the doors. And as we see your car pull up to the parking lot, we hear the train is now departing. And we see your red car just pull up to the parking lot. Like it's a movie and the train starts moving. And we're like, all right, man, do you want to drive to the next train stop and just meet us there? And you were like, nah, I'm just going to drive there.
Yep.
You start driving to the next stop.
And that's after 12 hours of just grudging work.
A third shift, fucking 12-hour. Hey, but you do it because of the guy to your left.
Hey, this son of a bitch right here.
Exactly.
Right.
Well,
Tired.
then you're on your way to the next stop, and we're on the train, and you call Juan again, and you're like, hey, I don't have my ID. I don't know where it is.
At this point, I was like way past in like one stop. I was at a Walmart, maybe a good hour away, buying liquor and refreshments for the weekend for the boys. Up until I put my wallet out, I'm like, where the fuck's my ID? And I forgot that the day before, a friend of mine went to a good dispensary, but there's only a certain amount of quantity you could buy at a dispensary
At once.
at once. Yeah, so I went along. I was like, all right. And then he smoked me up. I was like, I don't usually smoke marijuana that much.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I puff in a cart here and there, little vapor room. But marijuana, it smoked me up. I was super high. Lost my ID before.
Allegedly.
The next day, it says, bam. Well, I had to go to the DMV when I got back, and like the DMV lady was like, "Can you lower your jaw, your chin from your jaw?" And I was like a snake. Yeah, literally.
To
She's
take
like,
a
"What?"
photo, she asked you to lower your chin.
Yes, can you lower your chin from your jaw? I was like a snake? Like, I don't know.
Is that what you said to her?
Yeah. And then she's like, like in an old black lady voice. I love black ladies and me. There's something going on with that, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's something magical there.
Bro,
There's a
you're going to end
connection.
up with one. I feel it.
I hope so.
If
You're
they keep-
manifesting the shit out of
They
it.
keep calling me honey and sweet.
Hey,
They're
it's
going
called-
to get what's good. in
It's
me.
called
There
the
you go.
wish,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use it, honestly.
I could use some
So I'm going to take good care of you.
TLC.
You could use a direction.
But,
I was a good hour away with directions. from even
Dude,
the bachelor
you were
party.
like far as fuck, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna meet you guys there,
Mm-hmm.
and we meet you there. We go get food at this I couldn't remember the name of the place, like the dining hall area.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? Topside?
What the fuck was the name of that place?
I can't fucking.
It was a magazine. It was the name of a magazine.
Mad
Time
TV.
Out Market.
Time Out Market. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And so Time Out Market was dope because it was like a giant banquet hall with like a bunch of like lunch style like community seating in the middle. and they had all these like small restaurants surrounding it. And then on the third floor, they had this dope bar that we ended up checking out later that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had this dope bar
Yeah,
we went
it
to check
was
out
fucking
later
awesome.
that day.
So you guys checked it out.
Yeah. Well, that's we had to be very
Selective.
we had to be strategic and selective when it came to the bars we went to because Phill didn't have his ID and we still wanted him to go out and have fun. So we had to like pick places we could go.
That might not idea.
That
I just stayed the nights at the Airbnb watching wrestling on my PS5.
And to be fair, you were
I came prepared. I brought my PS5,
You
brought
brought-
my Switch,
exactly.
brought controllers for the boys to play with.
Exactly.
guys
And
play
you
a
even
little
left.
FIFA?
You left to go buy a new Switch docking station.
Yes.
You got all your weed wet?
Oh yeah. No, we're not even there yet. So we go to timeout. We get food. Phill meets us there. We then go to the beach, and we're at the beach for like 6 hours. Lovely time. We just played some.
We were there that long?
Not 6 hours, maybe 4.
I got there around maybe 12. Then we got back to the Airbnb maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got there pretty late.
4 hours
Yeah.
at the beach. Yeah,
And
dude.
he who will not be named.
Yeah,
This piece
that's a
of
good
shit.
point.
So somebody that Juan had invited to complete the set showed up drunk in the morning at like 9 a.m. Starts talking shit to me about like, oh, you think you're so much better, blah, blah, you don't fucking hit me up, blah blah blah, and then makes a car ride with Rafa, who we love, by the way. By the way, side note, lovely groomsman. I didn't know anyone going in. I only knew you two, and everybody else was like,
I want to get to that. We'll get to that later.
okay. But so he's
But we'll round back to this
Right,
because I
so
really want to round back to this.
somebody else is in the backseat who I have never met,
Yeah.
and he's just listening to this guy cuss me out, and I was like, hey man, can we like save this for a different time? And
Yeah.
I'm like trying to like pass it on.
Yeah.
And he's
Trying to
like,
be an adult.
Trying to be an adult, you know,
Yeah.
act your age.
Yeah, act your age.
I thought it was really funny too that once we got to the Airbnb and I was talking to Juan, I'm like, man, I really hope people don't destroy this place. He goes, oh, you mean people act their age? You mean everybody who's in their 20s acts like they're in their 20s? Like no one is like an asshole and makes a mess out of the house.
yeah.
That guy was like 10 years or a senior.
Yeah.
Because
And
I got to Chicago and then he rode with me while you guys were in the Uber.
Yeah.
And I was like, how old are you, man? He was like, yeah, man, I'm like almost 10 years older than you. I'm like, I did that meme look. I'm like,
Shit.
you should be the one getting off work and driving me, not the other way around. I should be drunk, not you, brother.
Dude, he was. So once we get to the beach, he's like, all right, I'm going to go to the little bar they have
Yeah.
there. I'll meet you up with you guys later.
The beach, the short club.
Right.
It was
We
exclusive.
were at what was it called? Bradford Beach or Bradley Beach? What was it called?
Lakeshore Beach, I thought.
Lake Avenue. What the fuck was it called? It was a beach on Lake Michigan, and then there was a cool short club there. We had walked past.
It's right across from
Yeah.
the zoo, from the Brooklyn Zoo.
Yeah, right across from the
there.
Lincoln Park Zoo.
It looked like a really cool bar place, but we were just going to spend time at the beach, and I'm like, in my initial thought, we was going to get a drink. He'll probably come up with us later.
I thought so too. Yeah.
We were at the beach for 4 hours, and then we started getting ready to pack our things, and who got a phone call from him?
Phil.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you started getting
yeah,
phone
yeah.
calls, bro. Oh, dude, that motherfucker turned it into the.
He walked like 20 minutes away from the beach. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know where I am. I'm here at this bar. Can you come pick me up? And like, my phone's about to die. I'm looking at the messages like, fuck this guy, dude. What the hell?
So then did you go pick him up after all?
Yeah, I wanted to tell him to go take a cab. He's like, okay. And then Juan was like, we might as well go pick him up. It's on the way there. I was like,
So yeah,
Okay.
you guys drove to go pick him up.
yeah.
Me and the other 4 groomsmen.
Took an Uber.
Dude, not even. We walked maybe 5 miles into the city. Like we walked for
Why?
40 minutes because the prices of the Uber to pick us up from the beach were ridiculous. So we walked probably 45 minutes into the city from like Lake Michigan, far as fuck. Dude, I had a massive blister
You
on the top
did.
of my foot. It
You
was
did have a blister.
bleeding like crazy.
Damn.
And I was just trying to make conversation, asking like, "Would you rather's?" and like, "Never have I ever." And finally, we get the Uber, we get to the Airbnb. Beautiful house, by the way, great selection.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it was just a good time. What did we even do that night? We go? Oh, we went back out to timeout, and grabbed a couple drinks
Yeah.
at the 3rd floor. It was awesome.
It was a good time.
I had a
right?
great time. And we didn't even drink. I feel like over the weekend we didn't even drink that much.
We did it. It was just like a light, steady.
I feel like we got fucking drunk at your wedding though. And like the night afterwards. Here, let's wrap up. Let's
wrap up the bachelor party.
What are we gonna bring back to?
Bring it back. Bring it back.
What did you guys think about like the activities for the day? Like you got to mention the spa, bro. You got to mention the
So good.
the Korean preachers with the ocarina.
So
I couldn't do
gay.
one lick of anything because everything required an ID.
The King Spa did require an ID, and
Yeah.
we talked about it like maybe
Did
10
it require
episodes
ID?
ago.
You didn't have to drop off your ID.
No, we did. We did.
Oh, you did?
We
Yeah,
did.
I figured.
Yeah, but we went to this Korean. What's it called?
King Spa.
King Spa.
in Niles, Illinois.
And so you guys had talked about it beforehand. You're like, dude, it's got like 10 different rooms. It's badass. What you guys failed to mention is that you have to strip down butt naked
Butt naked.
in like probably like a 20 by 20 room, and you have to wash yourself. And there's-
20 by 20 is underselling it. Maybe like 80 by 80.
it's a big room, but it doesn't stop the fact that it was like
They park you up right by your homies.
they put you right next to each other.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, you guys are in a big group together. We'll put the locker rooms right next to each other." And so I saw the situation. And I was like, "All right, I see what must be done." And I think I'm like the first or second one to get naked. I'm just like, "Fuck it, this is what it is."
This is what it is. But it's so you're doing all that with your homies. It's in this small room, right? On top of that, you're being monitored by like the Korean guy because if you take your towel anywhere near the water,
No,
hey,
no,
hey,
no.
or even if you go to your locker room
No,
with your towel, he comes,
no.
he walks after.
Dude,
you.
he is There is this old man who looks taller than the old man from Squid Games. Like he's just looking at you as you're undressing and you're like drying yourself, and you're just,
Bro, he almost side eyes when
He
you
was
drop
just
your
like-
trousers.
he's just looking at you and you're just like,
He's like, that's it?
Dude, when I went there, I was like crouching tiger, hidden penis. It was like surrounded by a bunch of dudes, man. It was crazy.
Bro, everybody, like, oh, dude, I love Leo carrying his little towel everywhere, bro.
yeah. You kind of just have to accept it. You're just like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just gotta fucking freeball it. Just
Yeah, you're
like
just
free
like,
willy, you
all
know?
right.
Didn't the Korean guy say something?
no.
No.
There was
Okay.
just there. Yeah, it was a busy day.
I tried taking my towel back to the locker room. He was just, hey. I just ignored him.
Nah,
Like,
bro.
Hey.
It was pretty busy, so I don't think he was like pointing
Yeah.
anybody out. But that was a really cool experience going to the King Spa, all the different rooms. There was this like, what's it called, the Dragon's Lair,
Yeah.
which is one of the hottest rooms.
Oh,
in
the
the world.
sudatorium?
Oh,
Yeah.
the oven thing?
Yeah, the oven thing.
Remember what the fucking guy said about it?
What did he say?
You remember?
I don't remember.
It was
Oh, yeah, I do remember
referencing
what
a
he-
certain.
Yeah, we won't
we're
even
not gonna-
touch it.
We're not
No,
gonna
no.
go there.
It's
but-
just a really hot room that gets up to like 200 degrees.
What did
Just
you-
to clarify that I wasn't that fellow that said that.
No,
because
you weren't
I-
there. You were.
Yeah, he was not there.
Exactly.
What did you think about the Korean grocery store?
Oh yeah, there was an awesome Korean shop next to it, and we actually got food there before the spa.
Before.
We got food there before the spa. We got some awesome sushi, and then afterwards, I think we went and grabbed like a pastry,
Bakery and a
grabbed
pastry.
a coffee.
Yeah.
And then what I didn't realize, there were so many Koreans for Jesus.
Yeah, bro.
We were handed face masks when we walked in that said Jesus loves you, and there was this Asian lady, and I'm not gonna do the accent because I'm better than that. But she was handing
Phil's not
I
better
don't,
than that.
I don't know if I'm better than that.
she
Let me
was
pour
saying
another glass of wine.
she was saying Jesus loves you, and then she was handing us face masks with Jesus on it. And then on the way out, there was this guy who handed us papers, flyer that said like it is not too late to be saved.
Low-key, I liked him.
Why?
He was just nice. He was just like
Tell me how it is.
he was like, I can't remember what it was that he was saying, but he just came off like a genuinely nice person.
They're just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, he was just like a Boy Scout, you know.
He was trying to save your soul. That's what that
Yeah,
was.
like-
Exactly.
Like that's just those are his beliefs, you know. Like,
I remember he gave me the paper, and I started reading it out
bro,
loud.
he started playing the Ocarina of Time. In
Yeah,
front of
you
us.
guys did. We fucking left before that happened.
Yeah. Before, like our Ubers picked us up at different times, so like right after you guys had left, he came back around, and he was like, "Hey, I found my friend, and I brought him for you, so he can play. Do you like what's that really patriotic song? I can't remember. Like
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a
I can't.
pony.
It was like
I wanna be
a song
the
like the Star
very
Spangled
best.
Banner, right?
Yeah.
Like something like that. America the Beautiful. America the Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Do you like that song?" We're like,
America.
"Yeah,
yeah.
we
That
love
song
that
slaps.
song. Yeah, we love that song." And then he's like, "Okay, my friend will play." And then he started fucking killing it on the ocarina, you know?
Yeah, that's fucking
Like,
badass.
it's just that, like, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. That a little bit of that weird magic.
There was just like fun little moments within the week. Like there is any weekend, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you're with like a big group, like me and Alos,
Rafa?
no, brother.
Tony.
Me and
Hey,
Tony.
Tone.
Me and Tony got like just along. Like we rode the train right next to each other, so we were just talking.
You did, bro. You guys were deep on the train.
Bro, we were just like chatting it up, like, oh, where you from? How do you know him? Oh yeah, he is a piece of shit, you know, things like that. And we ended up having this like inside joke that I saw him like a couple of days later, like at the wedding, and we were still like carrying it. But nah, man, it was just cool. It was a good experience. It was fun to meet everybody, and it was also fun to have like a proper boys trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, none of these women fucking nagging.
Yeah, it's not like we had a fucking bachelorette party right above us.
Nope.
Oh yeah, there was, but they were. I don't know. They just kind of just fucked off, didn't
Yeah. Yeah. Who gives a shit?
they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like the first night, it fucking rained, hard as fuck.
Yeah.
That's where the rats were coming
And
out.
I ended up. So we ended up. Juan and I ended up sharing beds, which I have also failed to mention. we share beds.
Shared beds or shared the room?
A lot of
No, no,
brotherly love going on
shared
this weekend.
beds.
Shared beds.
We were sharing like a full. Was it full queen size? I don't
It was
know.
pretty.
It
Whatever
wasn't
the bigger
that
one
big.
is.
It wasn't that big. So like in the morning, I
Felt big to me. Felt pretty spacious.
in the morning, I ended up like leaving at like 5 a.m. to go sleep upstairs. And when I walked upstairs, there was couches and tables stacked up against the doors.
Like the porch stores.
And
Yeah.
I was like, which fucking alcoholic?
Yeah, like who took acid in the middle of the
Yeah,
night?
exactly. I was like, I gotta lock the doors. I gotta lock the doors. It turns out it was raining so bad that
The rats are coming. The rats are coming.
it was raining so bad they just like stacked, fucking Tetris style, all these doors. And
All this furniture.
Yeah, it's like then the person with the next to was like, dude, it was fucking pouring rain inside. I had to like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, you were there.
Oh, yeah.
Did
So-
it happen or not?
So on top of like me like being awake for 12 hours and spending the whole waking day with you guys all, you guys come back home from the bar at like 2 a.m. I'm waiting for you all to come back here. Everyone goes to sleep besides just me and this other dude who's been awake, who shows up way later, halfway towards the day, like maybe at 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
Like
towards the
9
end of the
p.m.
day. He shows up. He's like, hey, everybody. And like he's
He
all
was
sweaty.
a character.
Yeah.
He's a character.
He comes in with a tank top. He's sweating. He's like, okay,
Bro, looking like a
party's
greaser.
here.
Yeah.
The party is here. And
And the
yeah.
party did arrive with him.
Oh yeah,
That guy is a maniac.
energy. That guy. So everyone goes to sleep, and this is him and I talking, and like, you know, we went out to get more booze, right? Because I didn't have my ID, but I had money, so I gave your brother-in-law some money to get some beer, right? Hey, don't. Got some beer and whatnot. I also went to the dispensary. We got some weed. That
Nice.
didn't last very long. Remember?
Yes, I do.
You left
remember.
it outside.
Yeah. I left it outside because, you know, we're in someone's home.
Yeah, you don't
Why
want to
would we
smoke
bring
inside.
in marijuana in someone else's home?
Right.
We leave it outside. Courteous.
And we gotta say the
Maybe
house.
put it in the garage of your car.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Leave it outside. Let it breathe. The house next to us was like a family, like a super. They looked super white. They had like blue lives
They're
matter.
like Polish as fuck. Bro.
Exactly, and they were just like looking at like mean mugging the fuck out of us the entire time.
Like different people would be like, "Hey, good morning."
Yeah,
Just
not
look at
them.
us,
Not
look
them.
away.
Not them.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good company with them, actually. I was playing Elvis Presley while you guys were... Because one of them left their, like, portable speaker, so I take that outside and was listening to...
I don't know about a hound
Hey,
dog.
no, let's just say,
Christmas.
never pass the aux cord to this guy
No,
because he does not know how to read a room. Like
Everybody's vibing like
Like everybody's vibing, everybody's
Play-
like
playing
hanging out in the crowd.
Travis
And this
Scott.
guy, y'all want to listen to some Beach Boys? Like, what's up? Like, what's up?
Dude, it's all about the
What's up,
good
Elvis?
vibrations.
I would just put on a song that no one's heard of, and it's like, God damn.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a fun bachelor party overall.
Yeah,
what was your favorite part as the bachelor himself?
Honestly, just fucking bringing it all because I knew that there would be like that like group chaotic magic. Like
There was definitely some.
I knew bringing and putting these like individuals in the same room and then just doing the activities that we were gonna be doing, which
Yeah.
are very like standard for a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Like I knew that like that magic was gonna get captured in the night and then like in the weekend.
What was your biggest fear going into it?
I guess that like more and more people would like say like that same day like, oh, I can't go, this and that. Like I was pretty traumatized by that shit at that point. At that point, yeah, I was.
My biggest worry about the whole thing was that we're gonna be enough fresh meats at Fogo de Chao. That was the ribbon on
For
the
real,
boat for the
Phil.
weekend.
What did you think about that food? What
Oh,
do you think
God.
about South American food now that you've tried Fogo de Chao?
Well, South American food and is that South American?
It's from Brazil.
Oh, I thought you were
homie.
commenting on the chicken that we ate too. That
It was. All of it was from South America.
Nabu,
Nando's?
Nando's.
Oh, that was Portuguese.
That's Portuguese.
Nando's, my bad. Yeah, we had some chicken the day before, and then we had a Fogo de Chao. This beautiful place. I highly recommend Fogo de Chao. It's all you can eat Brazilian meats, different cuts of meats, chicken, pork, sausage. And if you're Mexican, a little chicharron, a little chorizo for a little spiciness to it, right? And on top of that, you're not a big fan of meats. Why would you pay $80, $90 for that? Bro, their salad bar. You got fresh Parmesan, you got fresh mozzarella, you got almonds, you got caprese Sun tomatoes, you got Roma tomatoes, you got bean chili, you got bean dip, you got all of that.
God damn, bro, you memorized the menu.
Oh, that was literally the only thing I could partake in was eating out. I loved it.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
The character that showed up late and was like a wild animal the whole time filled up his plate with appetizers,
It was so painful to see.
just like so much food, and didn't touch any of it.
And then his defense was like, well, I tried it. I didn't like it. What do you want me to do?
He's an animal.
It was fucking gross. Just seeing like so much food go wasted.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
God damn.
Good food too.
Mhm.
All right. So I guess that transitions naturally into like going on to the wedding and like those 2 days. It was like a 2-day wedding, bro. It felt like.
It was a 2-day wedding.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like because like we have all day Friday. You
Dude,
know.
this actually, I have a really funny story. You said you wanted to call back something.
No, I just wanted to get.
When I talked about Rafa and Tony.
Yes. I wanted to get like your guys, because you were gonna say like that you thought the guys like overall were like pretty decent and shit.
Hey, you got
So
an
I
inside
wanted to
joke
like
with Tony.
get your guys' like opinion on, or like maybe you don't have to give them a shout out or anything, but like
Oh, no, I
what
refuse
was
to.
that like analysis of those guys and like all that?
Oh no, I think everybody apart from one guy, who was the crazy character.
He who shall not be named,
No, no.
No, the other guy. Yeah,
Sugar
yeah.
Burger.
Yeah, Sugar Book.
Sugar-
Who got
that's a
was
good nickname.
So yayoed and keyed up at like 10 a.m. Like, oh, so just so everybody knows, I had to show up at Juan's house at 8 in the morning. Like your plan was like, hey, get there at 8. We're gonna take photos there. We're gonna hang out there, and then we have transportation from there to the church, and then from the church we're gonna have transportation to the venue. So we show up early as fuck to your house, and he's already like drunk and high and starts doing blow.
Dude, he never left the bachelor party. He's still partying like it was a bachelor party.
I think it was partying for 2 weeks straight, just in preparation for the wedding. And the way I found him at the wedding was fucking bananas.
You're the one who found him.
I'm the one that found him, yeah.
The fact that we're saying this, that you found it.
So, I mean, I thought the guys overall were really cool. Like, everybody was super nice. Rafa, Tony, Christian, Fernando, Leo, Emiliano, your brother Uriel. Like, I thought everybody was overall a good time.
Dude, Leo is a madman, but when he puts his hat on, Leonardo comes out. And he's stepping, bro. I
Dude,
loved it, dude. It was
Killing
so
those
nice.
beers like a motherfucker, dude. Did you guys see him on video?
Oh, yeah. Him and Rafa are just cracking it back. I love the whole the bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
Great set of guys. There was a couple of Chicago guys that like I was like that seemed kind of hard, right? They had even hard names like like Squishy or some shit. I forgot what his name was.
From Chicago?
Yeah, they were from Chicago or some shit like that. They came later, maybe the day after.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they were kind of hard, and I was like, ah.
Is it-
But
yeah.
then like as the night progressed, he was like, dude, what's up, man? You good shit, bro. I was like, dude, come on here, brother. Like, I saw him at the wedding. I was like, bro, what's up?
Oh, and
Those are my
Santos.
cousins.
I forgot Santos.
Yeah, Santos,
was
David,
super
and
good time,
Chewy.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
I wasn't trying to
Santos.
say their name.
All right. Well, all right.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody
you're right.
deserves a proper shout out.
Yeah, one
Shout
shout
out.
Yeah, one shout out.
Yeah.
Rafa, shut up.
Overall, really nice guy, and especially like me coming in from the outside. Like these, I mean, everybody apart from Phill and I were literally your family members, and so Phil's known you
A lot of them,
forever.
yeah.
I mean, I've known you for a couple months now, and I was like, shit, like, am I gonna get along with any of these guys? Like, is it
Yeah.
gonna be weird? But everybody was really cool, and it was really good at like,
Dude, I feel like you and Leo kind of hit it off in a weird, like,
bro, Leo's an animal. That like,
like weirdly synchronistic way. Like you guys right away, like,
I don't know. He's
like smelled each other's aura, and you're like, all right, I like it.
Dude, so I had met him a handful of times before that, and he's very like quiet, chill. Even at like I've seen him at the gym a bunch, and like always very like, hey, how's it going? Like straightforward. And I was like, oh man, he's really quiet. Like, not that that's any wrong. And then I got to see his true fucking colors like come out, and I was like, dude, this kid's a fucking
You saw Leonardo.
animal. He can drink like him and his girlfriend can drink like, just it's incredible, and they're fine. They don't act any different.
Yeah.
It's so impressive. I don't know
Power
how the
dynamic.
fuck he does it.
Power dynamic right there.
So now, what did you guys think of the venue, the place, the food, the drinks?
Thank God for the big fans, because I was sweating my fat ass off, doggy. I'm sweating.
I know, so was
we're in
I.
great suits, so like,
Yeah.
it's just coming down on us. This is wow.
Yeah.
But thank God for like the open air of the venue, the
Yeah.
big doors and like the big fans and all that shit.
The boys' room,
Yeah,
the men's room, the men's room.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where we had a giant fan.
You know what's funny about the bathroom is I walk in and some of the mariachi guys are in there, and like as soon as I open the door, like smoke leaves it, and I was like, God,
Steam.
no, smoke, literally
Yeah.
smoke. And I walk in there and they're like looking at me like, oh shit, it's just a groomsman. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's up, guys? And they're like, damn, bro, you want to hit? I was like, no, man, I'm good. What are you guys doing? Just hotbox in the bathroom. They're like, yeah, bro, another groomsman just came in here and he got high as fuck with us, bro. You sure you don't want anything?
It was probably fucking art.
It was this guy.
It was me.
You fucking had him.
I went to the bathroom and like it was such a nice bathroom. I don't know what company you went through for like those public like trailer bathrooms, but I could live in that. I could literally live in that bathroom. It was so nice. And like the Marachi guy came in, he's like, "Hey man." Well, it was two Marachi guys actually. They were like,
Dude, there was 4 in there when I walked in.
"This stuff is straight from California." I was like, "You want to take a hit?" I was like, "Yeah." And I had the best man speech. Just like I'm fixing my hair. I'm like, "All right, I'm coming up."
And by the
all
way,
this
you didn't
stuff.
drink until after you gave the speech.
Yeah, I was ready for the open bar as soon as I was done. I was like,
Yeah.
get me in there right away. And I was, rehearsing, like, how do I say this in Spanish? Or something like this. Barbacoa aquí, maybe. I don't know. And then it's like, oh, just take a hit of this from California. It's like, hell yeah.
Just
You
eased
needed
you
that.
up.
You needed that just to take the edge off.
Oh, yeah, it was good stuff, too. And it was holy. Because, like, they played a beautiful performance at the wedding ceremony.
And at the church, at the church and the party.
Just seeing him play the guitar and knowing just how high they were, it made it that much. Like they're like El Mariachi Loco, get it, and he's just staring off into space. Like,
Bro, what'd you guys think of the church and the father in general?
I thought the father, like, you know what? I'll say my words. I thought it was a lovely ceremony, and I hope that everybody had a great time.
Why are you saving your words, man? Don't miss
The father
words.
was kind of an asshole for no reason,
right?
especially when we went to rehearsal, and he was like, "You're all going to hell." We're like, what?
Lucky, I love that part. That part was
It was
hilarious.
like, what, bro? Yeah, I mean, I was just so hot in church, and
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, I know it was your wedding ceremony, but I was just super hot as fuck.
It was hot.
Yeah. It was hot. It was
Oh.
beautiful, though.
Shit. So the character that was super fucked up and drunk and high and coked
Sugar
up.
Booger?
Yeah, Sugar Booger. He refused to take off his sunglasses at the church, and I was like, I literally had to huddle up the groomsmen, and I was like, everybody, your job is to act normal for the next hour. And I was saying it mostly to him.
Nice job.
I was like, you just have to act normal for 1 hour. That is your job. Don't do anything
Don't
stupid.
attract attention to yourself.
Don't
right now.
attract attention. Don't be like, hey, what's up with that guy? Like, after this, you're welcome to do whatever you want. And he took it very literal. But I was like, just act normal for an hour. And he's like, all right. And I was like, go to the fucking bathroom, drink water, wash your face, do what you need to do. And he walked in there and he came back like 5 minutes later, like drenched in water. And I was like, all right, at least you're fine.
At least
Like,
the glasses are off.
at least the glasses are off. And I literally took his glasses and I was like, I'll give these to you fucking after the ceremony.
Nice. Thank you. Hey, there's that big brother energy.
Piece
bro.
of shit. I was just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this guy doing?
He means
Yeah.
well. He says.
Dude, and then we get to the venue and start taking pictures, and he's like acting real aggressive, drinking like crazy. We're taking beers away from him.
He still has his sunglasses for the for photographers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And to the point where like I would even say like, boys, can you please take off your sunglasses? This is
And
like,
he was
you
the
know,
only
big
one with
moment.
them on.
The only person was him. Just please, man. Come on.
Eventually, after we started yelling at him and we're like telling him to fuck off, he legit fucked off, and we could no longer find him. It was like 3 hours later,
Yeah.
and nobody still knew where he was.
We gotta mention when we figured out he was missing, when we started doing like the entrances and the dances.
We were gonna do everybody had an entrance along with a bachelorette, and his partner is like looking around for him. We're looking around for him. Has anybody seen him? No. So I tell her, I'm like, just go grab your boyfriend, who like we all know. And
He's a fucking ride or die, bro.
came in
Die
clutch.
hard.
Came in clutch.
Yeah,
Eduardo-
shout out Lalo.
Shout out
Eddie.
Eddie Eduardo.
Eddie.
So I was like, just go get Eduardo. Go get him. Like, you might as well do the entrance with him. And I could tell he was kind of like, oh, what the fuck? And she was kind of like annoyed too because the bachelor, the groomsman, had picked the song, not her.
Yeah.
Oh
he
yeah.
picked the fucking rock theme song, bro.
I heard
Yeah.
that. It was like it's like that Perry dog. I was like, what the hell?
And it was sad as fuck because like she came in and it was like dun, 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 dun.
The Rock says. Rock.
So they walk in and Phill and Yelly had the best.
Dude, the
entrance.
best.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
we-
amazing.
We busted.
It was like
down.
this, like Middle Eastern themed.
Oh yeah, it was like a Middle Eastern.
Wasn't it
pop
Bollywood,
song.
Indian?
It was a little Bollywood.
Something about
yeah.
the Bollywood, a little bit of the curry spice to it, right?
But bro, the walls were shaking when you guys came out.
Oh, yeah.
The
Honestly,
energy in that room.
No, honestly, when you hit the ground and you started doing like your humps.
Oh yeah, I was like air twerking essentially.
Oh yeah,
Ba 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 ba.
Oh
the
man.
room was electric.
And then every time I look at the replay, you're like pushing Yelly out of frame. You're,
know.
you're like, bitch, it's
Get
my
the hell
moment.
outta here.
Like, let me do this.
I'm busting. I'm shuffling.
It worked really well. No, it was sweet. And then the night went on. Fun night, open bar, as every wedding should be.
Before we get to the after, what do you guys think of the speech? After I nailed my
I love this.
Dude, I love the speech.
thank God.
People were like, "Oh, I really couldn't hear it. I really couldn't understand it." And I'm like, I think because I had heard the rough draft,
Yeah.
that I already knew what was coming. But to see it in that room and like, dude, your dad was so I was sitting next to Juan's dad,
Tell me about it.
and he was like, Felipe en español. And as soon as Philip started speaking in Spanish, he was like, oh, like he was
He's like,
like,
"This is
"Oh,
happening."
shit." And like, yeah, Philip came out in Spanish, had the whole sheet in Spanish, and he even had a part. He's like, "Oh, perdón, I had a barbecue stain."
Tenía barbacoa.
It was hilarious. I loved it. And we had, of course, the Mexican traditions where, you know, the snake of the sea,
Yeah.
where we like wrapped around, and I was lucky enough to lead it, but no one followed my lead.
No one really?
They went hard.
Because my idea was, listen, we'll do one loop through. Well, people who are listening to most people listening to this will have probably been at the wedding.
Yeah.
But for the few people that didn't, so the snake of the sea, La Víbora de la Mar, is a classic Mexican tradition where the male and female are standing opposite each other, standing on chairs, and you're holding her veil, essentially making a little bridge. And all the men gather up, holding hands, and run around trying to knock them down. And the same thing goes with the females, right? The girls go, and I was like, oh, these girls aren't going to do shit. They went hard as fuck. I was the one holding you, and your brother was next to me. He's like, just hold the chair down. Just hold the chair down.
They're putting their shoulders into it.
Dude, they fucking rammed into me so hard. Like full shoulder to back.
Dude, I felt like you
football
guys were
thing.
my offensive line, bro. And like I was the quarterback.
This is the gridiron game or whatever.
Dude, this is the blind side, bro. I was Sandra Bullock, and you were like my adopted child.
So then when I go, I'm like, all right, we're going to do one loop through. And then when we come back, we're just going to have a straight shot and just knock them both down. And then everybody just try to knock you down from the beginning. I was like, well, what was the point of that, though?
They went hard the second round.
Why don't we just all run at him the first time then?
Dude, oh my god, I had like a few friends from high school and like a few friends, you know, who were like who were white and stuff. And
Who were white?
yeah, who are white and like just like seeing them come up to me and tell me, dude, this is how all weddings should be. This is amazing. This was amazing.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
And like it is fun, you know.
Friend
like,
of the show, Jay.
yeah, that's right, Jay.
Tall as fuck.
Did you not know that?
I know.
Yeah.
I only met him through Zoom, so I was like,
Bro, he was a center, bro. Like he
is
could post
massive.
your ass up.
He
Yeah,
is massive.
Friendly
dude.
face.
Hit him up at the flag, bro. He'll post your ass up.
Oh, dude, I need next time I play pickup, I'm gonna need Jay on my team.
Yeah, dude. He has like a shot on him. He has
Yeah.
a jump shot. Yeah,
Maybe.
Pick
He's-
City.
a finesse like tall guy, dude.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of that Kevin Durant gene, you know.
Pick and roll, baby.
I have a few funny stories. The first one, I guess I can save the last one for when we talk about the second day. But so my idea was to go to the wedding and then leave like at 11 because we had been up all day. And because my ride, I had, a friend of the show, Jay motherfucking May, was going to drive me home.
Shout out,
Shout out Jay, who came out to the
dude.
wedding.
Can we just talk about how fresh his fit was?
His suit was beautiful.
Bro, like
He was like, am I overdressed? I'm like, motherfucker, I wish I was dressed like that.
bro. Like, dude, like, is this Gucci? Like, what the fuck?
Such a nice suit.
Fresh cut too.
Fresh cut, yeah.
dude.
Looking good.
The guy needs his own like male fashion Instagram page, bro. Like,
What did you wear today for just him?
yeah.
So I was supposed to go home with him at 11 once the wedding ended. And around like 10:30, once it started clearing out, he's like, oh, I could tell he was like getting tired and wanted to leave. He's an early bird. So me and my fiance, Rod, were like, oh, should we leave with them? And we start saying goodbye to people.
No, you did.
We start
I
saying
remember
goodbye
that.
to like the groomsmen. I start saying goodbye to you. She says bye to a friend. And they were like, why don't you just come with us? Like, we'll take you guys home.
Shout out,
Stephanie and Ricky.
dude. Ricky, diehard,
Brother,
shout out.
bro. That's a
Dude.
brother right there. So they were nice enough to be like, dude, we'll just drive you home if you guys want to stay. And we're like, Adriana and I have a conversation. We've been drinking, like, do you want to just stay out? Like, it's a wedding. It's kind of like, it's only going to happen once, you hope. And so then I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. Let's just stay then. I come back the door, and you immediately were like fucking almost tackled me down.
Dude, I was happy, bro. You're one of the OGs, man. Like, yeah, I was happy you were there.
I came back, partied the night away. Also went to the bars.
Dude, we closed down the bars, boys. Can we just talk about
Two
that?
nights in a row.
We closed down the bars 2 nights in a row. Are you guys impressed
was-
by that? Because I was pretty impressed by that.
I'm impressed that I was awake for the whole thing because even before the wedding ceremony, I had to work another 12-hour shift,
Yeah.
and I was falling asleep during like at one point like my knees buckled during the ceremony.
There's that Adderall, buddy.
Yeah, that came in through
Didn't
so much. 'Cause I didn't get home until my ass didn't get home until
Didn't
3 or
it?
4.
Tell me what you felt.
Oh, I was so happy that my head hit the pillow. Well, you saw me. I was humping the floor. You saw me. I was busting it down like Tatiana, doggy.
Dude, you did, bro. Your performance was locked in. You had like killer focus that day.
No sleep.
You did.
I knew as soon as alcohol touched my lips, I was going down.
Yes.
As soon as you gave the wedding speech, I walked over to you with a bottle of tequila, and I was like, here you go. You've earned this.
I was so happy.
That was so beautiful. What did you guys think about the second day then? Like the
this is-
group, the guys,
this is where-
all of it. Like
This is where it gets better because the second day, I was not very familiar with this, but I guess in Mexican culture, it's called la recalentada, which is like the heat up. So you ended up sending like a message at like 9 in the morning of like, hey guys, the heat up. We're gonna heat up the leftovers at like 2 p.m. And it was like 9 a.m. when I read this, and I called into work. I was like, I'm not going in today. Like, I'm so hungover. I don't think I got out of bed till like 1:30.
Damn.
I was super hungover. I felt like shit. I haven't drank that much the day before because it was so hot and I was sweating so much. I was just pounding drinks, and I didn't feel any of them.
I didn't feel them. I didn't feel them either. All right, thank you guys for saying that.
Until I walked upstairs of my apartment that I started to feel it a little bit, but it was already like 3 in the morning. I passed out right away.
No.
Were you drunk at all during the wedding?
No, bro. Honestly, I didn't get drunk until
The next day?
the bars.
After the venue and all that
Like
stuff?
after we got out of the place and we were hitting up the bars,
Mhm.
that's when I was like feeling it just a little bit.
Went to this dive bar after the wedding. and
We
just-
took over, dude. We took over bars 2 days in a row
especially the first night. It was just this little dive bar in Small Fort Atkinson
with a DJ.
that happened to have a DJ.
We got so lucky. His ass like read the room. He's like Bad Bunny.
Yeah, every other song was Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And the locals were kind of looking like, this fucking bar came alive for once.
Yeah.
You know, and like
Not a big room neither.
Dude,
I was trying to dance and I bumped into like Hector. Like I shoved him over. He's like, I saw him at the Repeguado. When you guys went to the bar and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you bumped into me last night. I was
bumped into you. You almost knocked down the DJ.
Dude,
Yeah, see?
you guys almost knocked over the DJ.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, see, it was
You're
small.
Juan's younger brother, the most aggressive drunk I have ever met. The most aggressive drunk I have
Good heart.
ever met.
Thank you for saying that.
I mean, God, like grabbing me as hard as he physically, like squeezing me as hard as he physically can, and like, I mean, good kid, but god damn,
You're
Hey.
a really good guy, Luis. You know.
and like squeezing my head, like squeezing my chest, trying to grab my dick. I'm like, bro, relax, like
Good game, bro.
chill
Good game.
out. And then the next day was more the same. The next day you had the heat up around 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the fucking water balloon fight.
It became a water balloon war. And by the way, my fiance and I, we were planning to just go to heat up the food, eat some food, come home, chill out, get some rest, you know, because it was Saturday. So,
Tell me how well that worked out.
dude, it gets better. So we end up having a water balloon fight because it's hot as shit outside. A lot of people from the wedding, close friends and family, show up. A lot of people left after like an hour or two after eating, you know, which is fine. It's hot as fuck outside. We have a water balloon fight. It gets super out of hand. Everybody gets soaked. And then people were kind of drinking a beer, chilling out. And then I guess people started taking shots during the water balloon fight, and people were starting to drink beer. It was like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. And I don't know where people are like, are we going to go to the bars tonight?
So we going out?
We going out later, guys? Yeah, we are. Absolutely, we are.
And in my head, I'm like, no, they're not going out. And so we're like, all right, well, we're soaking wet. Adriana and I are like, let's change. We'll come back. And we thought we'd come back and people were just going to chill out, have a bonfire, and like have a chill night. And we come back and people are legit like, yo, we're going out. Like, we're going to the bars. And I'm still like not feeling my best. I'm still like hungover. I'm still tired as fuck. And of course, it's like, no, yeah, we're going out. Like, we're going to go out and have a good time.
Fluid, there's that young blood magic that we only have right now. You know, in
Yeah.
10 years, we won't be able to do that.
No, for sure.
God, I hope not. I don't want to do what I've been doing in 10 years.
So we get back and people are like, oh, you guys actually came back? And we're like, what? Like, people actually doubted the fact they were going to come back. And we're like, of course we're going to come back. And we go to the bars. And this is where I wanted to add a funny story, because we go to the bars and we're at this like super dive bar. I mean, like as dive as
The
diving.
diviest.
It's called Farmers Inn, just to give it some like perspective.
Yeah.
Farmers Inn. So they have music playing. We start taking over the music. We start playing music, and they have a bar area, and they also have like a dance floor area where they have a stripper pole. They have this like shot chair where they lean you back and they pour shots in your mouth.
They had an inflatable polar bear in the corner.
Yeah, they had like a Christmas light up animals.
Super diving.
And Adriana and I are like exhausted. We're like not drunk at all. And you and your wife are like, come on, dance, let's dance. And we were just having a White Claw each, and we're like, oh, we're not drunk enough, we're tired. And they're like, no, come on, let's dance. And then you and your wife go to the bar, and Adriana and I are sitting there. We're like, I'm so tired, and she's like, yeah, me too. And we're like, fuck, should we just go home? And this is at 10 p.m. She's like, should we just go home? And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, but yeah. So she's like, yeah, I'm tired too. So we go to the bar to sit. We're like, Juan and Alondra are at the bar. Let's say bye to them, and then we'll just peace out. That way we don't have to like say goodbye to anyone else. We go to the bar, and you guys turn around and hand us a shot each, and we're like, each of you were like, we just wanted to say thank you so much for coming out. Like, not everyone did this. You guys spent the entire day at the wedding, came out to the bars afterwards. You guys came over today, spent the entire day.
Bro, you
there.
did, bro. I gotta give a shout out to you guys, man. I fucking love you guys. You guys like came out like so hard that weekend. Like, yeah, you guys just showed so much love, and it was like amazing.
You were being so grateful, and you were handing me and Adriana a shot, and we just looked at the shot and looked at each other, and we were like, well, 10 p.m. We're like, well, can't leave now, because what are we gonna be like? Oh, like,
oh, man,
really shouldn't be saying this to you.
That's beautiful.
So this is a nightcap.
This is gonna be my nightcap because I'm gonna have to leave after this.
You and your wife were so like thankful and humble and genuine, and you were like, thank you so much. We can't wait for your wedding. Like, this has been so great. Thank you for coming out. And we're like, all right, well, fuck it. Guess you're gonna stay then. And we just take the shot and partied till 2 a.m. I mean, God,
it was a night.
It was another.
It was
night.
a fucking night.
I didn't show up there until like maybe 11:30, maybe midnight.
Yep.
I was just, like I said, resting after
Yeah, I remember.
all that.
Yeah,
because I woke up early because my biggest concern was like, shit, they're gonna charge me for my suit if I don't return it right away. I didn't know we had like an extra
until
day.
Monday.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
I need to get this out of the way right now.
Yeah.
Come back home, I'm all sweating. It was so hot that day too.
Dude, the suit smelled so bad when I returned it. It smelled like shit.
Mine was fucking drenched.
Yeah,
Like,
so was
the
mine.
next
Yeah.
day it was drenched.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It had sweat marks all over it. I'm like, God, I really.
It was like the white turned to yellow. It was
It
disgusting.
was so. I mean, I was soaked the day of the wedding, like physically soaked.
100%.
It was horrible,
Perspiring with happiness.
dude. And I wasn't the only one who like felt that way. Like everybody the next day was like, I was drinking like crazy, and I just wasn't drunk. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, because we were sweating like animals.
I honestly like didn't know that was that much of a thing.
We
Maybe
were sweating all the alcohol out.
I thought that was just some bullshit like drunks told themselves, you know?
No,
You know what I
like
mean?
it was so hot.
Like I thought that I was like, you fucking drunk. You're just saying that.
Slamming water, nothing.
Yeah, but like you're right. Like that is totally a thing. Like the heat helps alcoholism. It's great.
No, for sure.
It's great.
I probably had like, I'm not kidding.
AA meetings should be held in a sauna.
For real? How do you consider that?
I had
it out.
maybe like 10 or 12 drinks like throughout the course of the night, and like was fine.
Yeah, like the lady who worked there, who's a manager, our little assistant. She every time she saw me, she was like, "Do you need a drink? This or that?" Every time I would ask for like the tequila, like a watermelon drink, and I would never felt anything. Like I couldn't tell if it was because like the watermelon was acting like Gatorade or like
Yeah.
But I 100% I totally agree. Like that heat was totally helping and conducive to our alcoholism.
But the next day, you were obliterated. Rightfully so.
I literally asked you the next day, like it was like 2 a.m, and I was like, "Are you more drunk tonight or last night or at the bachelor party?" And you had one eye that was barely open. You were like, "Oh, way more drunk tonight." I was like, "All right."
This is the drunkest I've ever been.
I mean, I don't know how you did it, because I mean, it was so much alcohol.
But glad you're back here safe.
Dude, it was a fun time.
Oh, yeah.
Just
a
say,
fun time.
guys, it was a great time with all of you. Like
And we had responsible drivers too.
Yo, I gotta say this now because like I've had a lot of people tell me this.
Yeah, anything you want to say to wrap up the show?
I have people from the group that have told me, yo, we gotta get that group together. we gotta redo one of those. I've had like just like people from the group, you know, like friends, you know, from the bachelor party that, you know, had a great time at the wedding or the bachelor party and said like, yo, we should have like, we should bring the group back, have like a Friendsgiving or have like another barbecue, just like a random like get together, you know? Just cause like they had a great fucking time, dude. Like we gotta admit, for like a random group of people that just started meeting each other, like we kind of like hung out pretty well. Like
I think everyone was pretty. Yeah, I would say everyone was very like chill and like. I don't know what especially. I mean, once you get alcohol involved, people loosen up.
Very true.
They're very like, you know, open. But even like beforehand, when everybody was just like chilling, eating, like I feel like everybody was pretty like, oh, we're just. I mean, everybody knows either you or Alondra through different ways, so it was very like, oh, you know, just
very
chilled out.
easy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's around the same age, and it helps. My favorite story about the weekend was one of the bachelorette's boyfriend. Phill had met him. Do you know what I'm talking about? Phill had met him and like had a real heart-to-heart with him like once or twice. And I even saw him at the wedding. Phill had his arm around him and was like, you know, giving him the old spiel, you know, like, I love you, brother. You know, you're a good guy, blah, blah, blah.
You're a really good guy, man.
And then I find out the next day that like when Phill, so the guy came up to Phill and he's like, Phill, how are you, man? How you been? And Phill looked at him and he was like, middle school, high school, like where
do we know each other from?
And he was like, it's me, it's blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I'm bad with names. And like Phill had already met this guy like 3 times and like given him the heart to heart and the whole I love you, man speech.
And I didn't put together until like we were doing the actual like wedding dances, right? And then like he came up to his girlfriend and was like, oh my god! And I went up to him and was like, brother. I was like, dude, you're a good guy. Just let you know right now, you're a good guy.
Because I would have not reacted the same way.
I felt so like literally. I was like, oh, damn.
That
Two
is
to two
so
together,
funny.
you know.
Dude, speaking of which, like the same group of people that I was telling you about, there's like a potential party going on the day before Labor Day that I was supposed to tell you about.
Tell me about?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good thing you told me fucking 2 weeks before it happened.
2 weeks and on air.
Yeah. So this is me telling you now.
All right, we have video
I'll
proof.
remind you later, or you'll remind me later.
I'll remind you later?
No, well, to get the rest of the details.
Well, someone's got to remind somebody here now.
Yeah, so I don't want to give the details out right here, you know. Like,
So that's Sunday?
yeah, Sunday, the day before Labor Day.
And you know what? We might even film some
What was that
content
day?
for
The
that.
September 4th, the day I told you? What was it?
6 days before 9/11.
Okay.
Hey, you got to remember it somehow. That's one way. Not your most conventional.
Was it the 5th? I thought it was the 4th.
4th.
Okay, it was the 4th.
Wait, what did I say?
September 4th, I believe.
We'll figure it out after this.
Yep. But it was somebody in the group. I'm not going to give names. But,
Yeah.
But that
But
hung
two-
out with us and had a great time at the wedding. And they're like, I'm having a party this day. I believe it's in Milwaukee. I know the part is kind of uncumbersome, but...
Well, dude, I drive to Madison every fucking
But
day.
we're gonna be invited, and yeah, they
Alright, fair
loved
enough.
us at the wedding, and they want to invite us to their house. So.
And
Fair
for the
enough.
viewers listening at home, wondering who could this be, tune in 2 weeks to find the big
Oh,
reveal.
yeah. Here, let's, before we end the show, anything you want to say about your wedding?
Honestly, dude, like you said, you already like struck on those notes earlier, but I'm just like super grateful at like the amount of love I've received from both sides of the family. Just like the amount of like cousins that came out like diehards for me on both sides of the family, on Alo's side and on my side. And like we've randomly been kind of having these random get-togethers. It's only happened twice so far, but where my family and her family will just randomly get together and we'll be hanging out, and it turns into a whole house party, and yeah, it's just pretty fucking beautiful, you know. Like I'm lucky to have that be a thing versus drama or anything negative, you know. Like, and I'm counting my blessings, and I'm very happy that this is a thing. Like, I love it, you know.
For such a big
I feel
group.
like it's a heaven, you know.
Yeah, for such a big group, it's like from the outside, like I said, from the outside looking in, it was very like there's no like everybody just kind of like, because everybody has known each other or of each other for so long that it's like everybody just knows how each other is.
Yeah.
And it's very like calm and collected and.
But it had never come together, like both sides, you know. Like that was the first time where like all of my cousins and all of like what I honestly consider like brotherly like cousins on her side now like came together, and like Tony, Christian, Rafa, all those guys, like they're diehards, bro. Like,
they're fucking
they're
homies.
diehards, bro. They're
One
homies.
guy picked a fight with the coke addict because he was being too
yeah,
aggressive.
bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude,
it was.
he's
a homie.
He's
bro.
a
Hey,
homie, bro.
Real one.
He told me that he drugged me, so I hold that against him. But overall, I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass.
He was going around passing.
He was
edibles.
just like drunk, and he's like, "You want some gummy worms?" And I was like, "Are they regular gummy worms?" He's like, "Yeah." So I eat like 4, and he goes, and I was like,
"Who has regular gummy worms at a party, bro?"
and I was like, "What are they?" He's like, "They're weed gummy worms." And I was like, "I'm gonna have to throw this up because I get drug tested every 3 months." He's like, "What?"
What?
And I was like, "Dude, I'm being serious. Like, were those? I'm gonna have to go throw up, and I don't like throwing up. So please tell me if I need to go throw up." And he was like, "Oh no. I'm trying this experiment to see if people act high, then they're faking it." And I was like, "Why would you do that?"
So were they real or were they not?
They weren't real, but
They
he was
weren't
just
real?
like, you just had some sick, twisted mind game you wanted to play with people. Like, are you high?
Yeah, that's a great idea because you got a lot of people that were sober that like had never tried edibles or anything like that, and they were over there like letting even more loose.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of experiment is that?
Fucking Hannibal
I would
Lecter
have a
over
panic
there.
attack, dude. I have to go home. Like,
Welcome to Rafa's world.
Dude, can we just give a shout out to, and we'll clip in the podcast here on YouTube, like the clip video
Of Leo?
of this guy killing it on the stripper pole at Farmer's Inn.
Oh yeah, we're
Dude,
gonna have to make a
This
comp.
guy, like the dance moves that this guy has, dude, he's so athletic.
Yeah, he's very
Like,
light on his toes.
I tell everybody who hears me, like, dude, Phill is an athlete. Like, he's a nose tackle who can do a handstand. Like,
Very impressive.
who can do that?
If I put a whole summer to it, I could go Joe Rogan and suck my own dick if I wanted to. Literally, if I trained every summer, one summer, every day.
Bro, what yoga pose is that?
the rising sun.
The rising, the growing sun. Come on now.
Rising star, downward dog.
Combination of both.
The
No,
grower,
yeah,
not the shower.
Just super grateful, super humble.
Yeah, honestly, that's it. Like, I appreciate both of you guys coming out as hard as you did both days and the bachelor party. Like, dude, what else could you ask for? Like, you guys were there. You guys experienced it. It was like, it was pretty badass. Like,
I had a
pretty
great time.
badass. It was a good time.
I mean, it's also selfish because like I also had a great time. Like, yeah, I went out for you, but I was like,
that's what I'm saying. It was a great time.
it was pretty fun.
It was a great time.
When I get married, I hope you do my speech in Japanese.
Okay.
For your
Is she
wife?
gonna be from like Okinawa
Oh, yeah.
or
For your
some shit?
waifu?
I'm about to go serve in the war. When World War III comes out, I'm going to go get stationed out
Can
there.
we get a
Station out there.
Taiwanese? Like,
Can I
girlfriend?
sign up for Okinawa, please? Please?
Dude,
Yeah.
I recommend the Marines. They somehow end up in Okinawa all the time.
Overall, we wanted to also take episode 50 to highlight some of the stuff we want to do moving forward, like we've been talking about. So, from a personal standpoint, I'm going to be making more of the in the kitchen videos, of some more vlogs, because that's always been something that I love doing. And that's something we're going to keep doing going forward, right? We're going to start making more content across all the platforms, and each of us is going to add a little bit of spice.
We're gonna add all sorts of content.
We're going to be essentially a variety show. A different circulating show. Maybe a second show every week going forward.
Yeah.
With Bro in the Kitchen.
Bless you.
And combined project of Bro and the Go, where we go out we're gonna film the first thing, Taco Fest, this upcoming weekend. Look out for that, folks.
In a couple of weeks, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be just doing some like apart from having the podcast, since we love food, wine, and everything so much that we're just gonna.
We're trying to capture like a lighthearted, not too serious like travel and food page.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like people that don't take themselves like all snobby and like have to visit a 5-star place in every fucking city they go to.
Yeah.
Like
90% of the population doesn't go
exactly.
every week.
Most people don't do that shit. Yeah.
We want to highlight the small spots where it's like, make this your regular Tuesday place.
The most worth it for you.
I know people are always like, don't blow up my spot, and it's like, you're
trying to keep them alive, homie. Trust me. That small restaurant owner wants it blown up.
Yeah, that restaurant does want to fucking line out the door.
Yeah.
Lose profit.
Exactly. Like, don't blow up my spot. It's like, no, motherfucker. Like, we need to keep these places alive.
Like, as a person who like has like that employee perspective from one of those spots, blow it up.
Yeah,
exactly. Blow it up. Like, so we want to see the tips.
Right. We want to highlight the places that we love going to, and also highlight like small businesses. And like I said, I want to do more cooking. Juan is gonna make cocktails as best as he can, and Phill is gonna be the variety hour.
One of the variety shows is gonna be the I taste test different vaccines, going around and see which vaccine is the best. And there's a bunch of them out there.
That's
so
beautiful.
That's quality content.
What are you thinking, Russian or Chinese?
As long as it's
not Johnson and Johnson.
As long as it's not Johnson and Johnson.
That's the first one.
All right. Any guys? Thank you so much for 50 episodes.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you guys.
I think individually we have not hit 50 episodes as individuals, but as a collective we are stronger.
Dude, my fucking pediatrician said I was going to make it to 50, so, I mean, this kind of counts for something. It's got to count for something.
Damn right.
Really say that?
Damn right. You send her the link. And be like, who's fat phobic now?
Gotcha. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks, wherever you get your podcasts.
Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Everything.
All of the socials.
And thank you so much for lilistening.
Check out our YouTube. We've been putting more work into that lately.
Yeah, we've been putting
a lot of work.
So much work into making the videos. And they've been coming out great. I'm really happy with the way the video podcast has been coming out. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. 50 episodes.